Good evening, and welcome to the Ozarks Amateur Radio Society's Tuesday Night Net. This net meets regularly on Tuesday night at 7 p.m. local time on this frequency of 146.970 with a tone of 162.2 hertz. My name is Marvin, call sign November 0, Mike Lima Papa, and I'll be acting as net control tonight. I'll be using NetLogger for check-ins on this net, and anyone who wishes to can check in early by monitoring the net over there. More to follow. While this is not an emergency net, if anyone at any time has any emergency traffic, please call break. And with that said, is there anybody with any emergency traffic? Please call now. Hearing none, I will now move on to announcements of interest to amateur radio. The Ozarks Amateur Radio Society meets on the second Saturday of the month at the Happy House Restaurant in Monette, Missouri. The meeting is at 7 p.m., but everyone is welcome to come early around 6 to eat and enjoy some good conversation. Individuals pay for their own meal, but you do not have to eat to attend. You also do not have to be a ham to attend, and everyone is welcome, including family members and those interested in amateur radio. The next OARS meeting at the Happy House will be Saturday, September 9th. The OARS Ham and Eggs Breakfast for August is being held at the Family Restaurant in Aurora each Saturday at 7:30 a.m. Be sure to bring your appetite and come hang out for some good stories and meet some new members or those you have yet to meet. We always have a pretty good time there. More to follow. The OARS Club now has 3 scheduled nets. We have a D-Star net on Monday nights at 8 p.m., so those of you with D-Star capabilities are most welcome to come check in and give the D-Star repeater a good workout. The frequency for that is 444.150 with a positive offset. And the OARS Tuesday night net, this one right here, is at 7 p.m. Again, the frequency is 146.970 with a negative offset and a PL tone of 162.2. Everyone is welcome to come check in and hang out, no matter how far away you are. The OARS Club is also hosting a Simplex net every Thursday night at 8 p.m. The frequency is 146.460, and everyone's welcome to join in on the fun, see how good your signal's being heard across the area. More to follow. This net is being streamed on the 5-9 Radio YouTube channel, so if you want to see how you sound on air or if you missed part of the net, you can go to 59radio.com for details and a link to the channel. Also, don't forget this weekend is the Joplin Amateur Radio Hamfest. The Hamfest will go for 2 days, starting Friday from 12 noon to 6 p.m. and Saturday 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. This is going to be at their new location at the Joplin Family Worship Center at 5290 East 7th Street, which is about 2 miles north of the I-44 and I-49 junction. Are there any other announcements of interest to amateur radio? Please call now.
K6GE.
Yeah, Dave, go ahead.
Well, I've got a pretty good announcement for the club. I think I finally figured, well, I know I finally figured out how we will have a gateway attached to the D-Star repeater. I have a Pi-Star showing up tomorrow. I will be building a little Pi-Star server. It won't be a true ICOM G3 repeater, but it'll actually give us more reflectors to be able to connect. And I hope to have it finished and set up on the repeater before the next meeting.
All right, well, that's great news. Yeah, that'll be good deal. Maybe get a few more D-Star people in there on the D-Star net. So, yeah, appreciate that, Dave. Anything else?
Well, I will be reaching out to the administrator of the 59 Alpha, of the 59 reflector, and we'll probably start off connecting to that one for our net. That's a local one, and then as I can reach out to other admins, we might see, as it grows, maybe connect to one of the busier ones. But that's all I got for the announcement for tonight.
Roger that. Appreciate that information, Dave. That's good news for sure. With that, are there any other announcements to amateur radio? Please call now. All right, hearing none, we'll go ahead and take some mobile and short time check-ins. So if you're mobile or need to get in and out real quick and would like to check in, please give me a call.
November 0, Mike, Uniform Alpha, Dave.
Katie 0 AFB, James in Aurora.
All right, I got two there. The November 0, Mike, Uniform Alpha, David, go ahead with your check-in.
Hey, okay, I'm just short time. I got to get out and get some mowing done while it's a little bit cooler. This is Dave over here in Stillwater, Oklahoma, and just heard the Nat, thought we'd jump in and say hello from over here in Oklahoma, and don't have much else going on. We'll say 73s and let you continue on. It says in 0 MUA, clear.
David, appreciate the check-in. Yeah, good to hear you. Full fighting into the repeater, sounding good. Stillwater, Oklahoma, that's a good trip. So, yeah, nice to hear you. Appreciate you getting in there and checking in with us. Welcome anytime for sure. I'm sure conditions have a little bit to do with it, but yeah, anytime, man. Good to hear from you. With that, we'll say 73 to David in Stillwater, Oklahoma. And we'll move on down. I didn't quite catch the call. I got, I think, KF0AF, and then I missed the last one, I believe.
It was KF0HHH, Kathy.
Kathy, Marvin.
Roger that. KF0HHH. Go ahead, Kathy.
Just wanted to do a quick check-in on the net. Thanks for running it. And I'm going to get back to unloading stuff. Talk to you later.
Roger that. What's your location? Are you at the storage unit up there by Stockton?
Yes, I am.
Roger, roger. All right, well, appreciate you jumping in there. Have a safe trip back, and we'll see you whenever you get home. And once again, I'll ask for any mobile or short-time check-ins. Please call now.
WB0OQV, Jim in Marionville, short time.
Kilo 5 Alpha November Whiskey K5 ASW Daryl in Springville. Short time.
KF0NNY, Justin out of Marionville.
All right, we got three more there. WB0OQV, how are you doing tonight?
N0MLP, WB0QV. Doing okay, Marvin. Just wanted to check in real quick. Got to get out of here, so thought I'd check in and get my name down. Anyway, talk to everyone later. WB0QV.
Roger that, Jimmy. Good to hear from you. Appreciate you jumping in there for the count. And hope you have a good rest of the evening there. And we'll take 73. And we'll move on down to K5ANW, our friend Daryl there in Arkansas. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, Marvin. I'm staying on the cool side of the door and I'm trying to enjoy that. First opportunity I've had to check into your net in a little bit. So I thought I would do that and just say hello to everyone. And I hope all has a really good evening. And thank you for running the net. Says K5AW 73 all.
All right, Daryl. Golly, sure is good to hear from you, man. Glad you got to jump in there. Sounded good, too. Full quieting into the repeater there, so real good signal, real good signal. We'll say 73 to you, Daryl. Always good to hear from you, and I appreciate you checking in. And then we'll move to KF0NNY out of Marionville. How you doing?
I'm better. Guys, thanks for letting me check in here. It's my very first net. Got my approval at 5 a.m. this morning, and yeah, just looking forward to learning some more about ham radio, and I guess I'll probably be heading out to the Ham Fest out in Joplin this weekend.
I tell you what, man, welcome to the hobby. It's a fun one. Hold on to your seat because it can be quite a ride. But yeah, glad to have you for sure. Good to hear you in there. I don't know if you heard, but we have our meetings there on second Saturday of every month at the Happy House there in Monette. You're more than welcome to come by, talk to us, ask any questions, and always welcome, of course, to become a member if you'd like. And any of us guys on here, if you got questions, I'd be more than happy, I'm sure, to help you out. The guy you was talking to earlier, Bob, he is the president of the club. I don't think you could ask for a much better guy, really, so you might even ask him a few questions. He's been in it for quite a while, so he knows the ropes. But yeah, good to hear you, man. Glad you checked in there with us. You got anything else for us?
Nope, just really grateful for you guys, your willingness to show people the ropes, and yeah, that's I'll hand it back over.
All right, well, appreciate you getting in there, and again, welcome to the hobby, and glad to have you for sure. Appreciate the check-in. We'll tell you 73s, and I believe that was the end of the list there for the mobile short time. I'll call one more time for mobile short time check-ins. Please come now.
KD0AFB, James in Aurora.
All right, grab one more there. KD0AFB. James, how you doing this evening?
I am doing great. Staying inside where it's cool.
Smart man. Yeah, I think any of us with a little bit of brains is trying to do the same, but gosh, there's some things out there that just we have to get done, but yeah, trying to soak it up for sure.
Yeah, the grass will be just as long today as it will be tomorrow.
I had a guy tell me one time, he said, that grass will lay down sometime in the fall all by itself.
Yeah, it just kind of bows out, doesn't it?
Roger that. Yeah, I guess you can get away with that out in the country, but the cities kind of have another idea in mind.
I've got to keep the front yard mowed. The backyard, not so much.
Roger that. Well, good to hear from you tonight. You got anything else for us?
No, other than hope everybody stays cool, and if you start getting too hot, go in. Drink a bunch of water.
Roger. Well, appreciate you checking in, James. Good to hear from you. We'll say 73s, and holler one more time for mobile or short-time check-ins. If you would, please call now. All right, hearing none, we'll move to the top of the net logger check-ins. And the first on the list there is Dave, KE6GAE out of Rogersville. How you doing tonight?
N0MLP and the rest of the net. Oh, we're doing pretty good. First off, I want to congratulate KF0NNY on getting his ticket and joining the hobby. Other than that, don't have a whole lot. Doing the same thing as everybody else, trying to stay in where the cool air is. And on the announcement, part of the reason why I made that announcement tonight is I took my Zoom spot, so I had a radio behind that modem and tested. That's how I know this is going to work, and we will have one. Like I said, hopefully by the meeting. If not, within a week after. Other than that, don't have a whole lot, so we'll pass it back to net control. Thanks for running the net tonight, Marvin. KE6GAE, back to net control.
Roger, Dave. Yeah, appreciate the work on that for sure. Yeah, I've got a couple of them Pi Stars at home here. I got one I have at the house and one I carry around portable with me, and they work pretty good. I haven't had any issues with them, so it ought to do the trick. Hopefully that'll get us figured out. So yeah, all right, man. Appreciate that for sure. And we'll tell you 73s. Appreciate the check-in. And we'll move down to KF0LZX. Greg, how's it going?
Doing good, Marvin. Thanks for running the net tonight. But no, it's been a pretty decent day. I was fortunate enough to be able to sit in the office in the air conditioner all day, so that wasn't too bad. But other than that, just hanging out around the house. We've got grandkids, plus we got a new puppy, so it's a total madhouse inside. I'm sat in the garage, get a little peace and quiet right now. But other than that, it's been a good day. Just want to get my name on the list. It was good talking to KF0NNY a little bit earlier, our new ham that joined us tonight, and good to hear Root Beer, KN5ANW. I talk to him occasionally, mobile going through northwest Arkansas down to my sons in Westport, so good to hear him on here. But anyway, that's about all I got. Thanks again for running the net, and this is KF0LZX 73s to everybody.
All right, thanks, Greg. Yeah, that's my favorite root beer and probably one of my favorite guys from Arkansas down there. Oh, Darryl, he's a good guy. Glad to hear him in there. And Greg's good to hear from you too. Yeah, I had quite a bit of traffic there before the net, so it was good to hear everybody on there working the repeater out, making sure it was working for the net there. But yeah, appreciate you checking in, Greg. Good to hear you. And we'll tell you 73s. And we'll move on down to my close neighbor there, AE0OC, Mr. West. How you doing?
Hello, Marvin and everyone on the net. Thanks for running the net tonight. I've done pretty good. Feeling a whole lot better temperature-wise. I got that window unit I stuck in here to help with the central unit to keep things working a little better, and it sure has made a big difference, I'm telling you. That central unit can keep up now. It wasn't doing the job before, that's for sure. But anyway, I was hoping maybe you would go ahead and put Siri on the list for a check-in. She should hopefully be able to check in. She's at home. It's KF0NKV, November Kilo Victor. So she's not our noob on the net anymore, but Grandpa will still try to check her in for it.
Roger that. Yep, got her checked in. First time I heard her call sign, I was like, hey, I like that call sign. Just kind of flows right off. It's a nice call sign, so for sure.
Yeah, Sean nicknamed her 9 kilovolt.
Absolutely. Yeah, that works great.
Well, she's definitely a live wire, I'll put it that way. 9 kilovolt switch are pretty good. So, in any case, everything here's going pretty well. Glad to hear you on tonight. Glad to hear Justin on there, and glad he gets to be. We get to be his first net that he's on, so that's pretty awesome. I'm going to say 73 and turn it back over to you. AE0OC, back to net.
All right, Wes, yeah, appreciate it, and good to hear you on there as well. Glad you got your air conditioner kind of giving the big one a break there a little bit. Man, they're all getting a workout right now for sure. I got 91 degrees here, but a heat index of 110, so in the last half hour it's dropped about 5 degrees or so, but man, that humidity and heat index is crazy. All right, Wes, appreciate it. We'll say 73s, and we will move down to Sean, KE0MAD. How's it going, Sean?
Yeah, good evening, Marvin, everybody on the net. This is KE0MAD. And I also want to, anybody that may be listening, because there is a little bit of a band opening right now. Anybody that might be hearing our net and would like to jump in, please do. It's a 162.2 tone and a negative offset. So anybody wants to dive in here, we welcome it. But anyway, yeah, just trying to stay cool, Marvin. And yeah, congratulations to the new tech there. I'm assuming it's tech. Could be a general, KF0NNY. And yeah, we've had quite a few new ones just here in, a 6-month stretch. So that's awesome. I love it. Nothing else on this end. I'm gonna have Monday and Tuesday off. I'm gonna plan on doing some kind of a park activation Monday and Tuesday, or Monday or Tuesday, somewhere I've never been before. So we'll just see what happens. All right, back to net control. This is KE0MAD.
All right, Sean, sounds good. Yeah, if I don't have anything going on and my mouth ain't hurting me too bad after getting some teeth pulled Friday, then I might see if I can hunt you, or at least spot you anyway. So, all right, yep, good to hear from you, Sean. Appreciate the check-in. And we'll move down now to KC0OJI. Castle, how you doing tonight?
Hello, Marvin, Wes, Sean, everybody else on the net tonight. This is KC0OJI. Doing pretty good, just staying inside in the air conditioning. Because it's been so hot, we went out for Chinese tonight.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. We cheated a little bit and had some crock pot nachos, Roger.
Well, that sounds pretty good. I believe my very first net I tried to get on last month, ever as a ham, was with you as the net control operator, and I couldn't hear you very well. Now I have a new upgraded antenna now, so I can pick you up really good.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's a night and day difference. You're full quieting in there right now, and nice and loud, so sounding good tonight.
Thank you very much for that, Marvin, and I also wanted to say congrats to our new ham radio operator, KF0NNY, so that should be a good thing. Hope to hear Siri on the net tonight, too. Do you know anything else?
No, I don't know much. I graduated high school, but I won't tell you where.
Well, I just didn't know if you had anything to really provide tonight other than just everything checking in people, but I should say 7-3. This was KC0OJI.
All right, Castle, yep, good to hear you out there. Appreciate the check-in. And no, I usually spill all the knowledge I have for the net in the very beginning part, so unless somebody comes in with another announcement or something I might have forgot. So, but we try to keep in contact with each other pretty good about what's going on. So, all right, Castle 73 is good to hear from you, and appreciate the check-in. We'll move down to Richard, KB0RHA. How's it going tonight, Richard?
Oh, doing pretty good. Hello, everybody on the net. Just trying to stay cool. I don't know if the weather don't cool off, I'm going to have to bail the yard, but other than that, I'm kind of looking forward to Thursday. I've got a new amp being delivered, so I'm getting kind of antsy over that. That's going to be really nice. Anyway, that's about all I've got for the net. 7-3, everybody. KB0RHA.
All right, Richard, what kind of amp you getting?
It's a Alpha 9500.
Ooh, Oh, yeah, I'd be antsy for that one, too, for sure. All right, Richard, appreciate the check-in. We'll take 73s, and I hope the rest of your evening goes well. And we will move down to K0SQS. Mr. Harold, how you doing?
N0MLP and the rest of the net, K0SQS. Doing fine, Marvin. Thanks for running the net. I'd like to pass my congratulations along to our newest ham, KF0NNY. Good to hear you on the net. Look forward to hearing Siri. Also, enjoyed hearing Castle, KC0OJI. Like to also pass along my congratulations to Dave, KE6GAE. I know he's been working long and hard on getting the necessary equipment set up for the OARS D-Star repeater to be able to get on a reflector, so I look forward to that. Anyway, I worked in my workshop again this afternoon for a couple, 3 hours until I just sweated to death and pooped out, but I've about got it back to what it was before the tree fell on it. Waiting to get some tower sections from Mr. Bob. Gonna put a tilt-over tower on the west end of the building where the tree formerly was. Got a big opening in there now, so gonna relocate the tower from the south side to the west end. Anyhow, other than that, just about normal. Waiting to get to my lakefront property to mow the yard. It's been 2 weeks. Anyway, back to you, Marvin. Thanks again for running the net. N0MLP. This is K0SQS.
All right, Harold, sound like a busy man for sure. Yeah, I'd heard about that tree getting your shop, and I was like, man, I don't know, we had some pretty crazy windy storms there for a little bit, and then the heat come in there to bake everything in, so. But I'm glad you're getting it lined out there, Harold. Appreciate the check-in. And we'll tell you 73s, and that ends our little netlogger check-ins, but I'm going to call out for Siri, just in case she's out there, KF0NKV. Siri, you out there tonight? All right, we'll leave that one open, come back there a little bit later, maybe she'll call in. At this point, I'm just going to take regular check-ins. If anybody'd like to call in and check in for the OARS net, please go ahead.
Kilo Alpha Zero, Romeo Mike.
All right, we grabbed one more there. Kilo Alpha Zero Romeo Mike, Mr. Bob, how you doing?
Good evening, everybody in the net. Doing great. Talked to Jimmy last night. There a little later on. He's back from Alabama at the Ham Fest. Had a great time down there. Thought maybe he might be on here tonight, but I haven't heard him check in yet. So I don't know if he's recouping or what's going on there. Yeah, it's been a hot one, that's for sure. Well, we're working, unloaded a trailer this morning, semi-trailer, and took a truck out for a test drive and come home and haven't done much. The wife and I went to Springfield. Went around up there a little bit, spent a little money, and then come home, and haven't done much. Oh, by the way, the sideband net at 8 o'clock is going to be on, the 144.250, if anybody wants to get on sideband. Turn your antenna over towards cartridge area there, and he should be on there at 8 o'clock. So I got word from him that he was going to hold it till the weak signal net. So anybody wants to get on sideband, you got to be flat side, horizontal, or you won't hear anybody. So it'll be fun. I hear him on here right now trying to get somebody going, but I ain't heard anybody come back to him yet. But Anyway, that's about it there, Marvin. We'll catch you later. I think I'll go out there and see if I can't mow the yard. Depends on how wet or how hot it is yet. KAZRM.
Yeah, Bob, be careful with that. Let you a towel, wrap it around your neck or something there, and take some water with you. 'Cause, yeah, it's still pretty nasty.
There comes Conway, Arkansas in there. I don't know if you probably didn't hear it, but I just did. I've been hearing them all day, all the time, for several weeks. Yeah, I was going to do it this morning, but it was so wet this morning you could have to wring the grass out, the water. And too wet in the morning is all to do. And like I said, at 5 o'clock this morning, it was completely fog outside. I got up at a little after 6, and then the windows were so wet you couldn't even see out the windows. So it was really bad humid, that's for sure. So I'll have to see what it's like now. So catch you later. I was hoping Siri would get in, but I don't hear her. KAZRM.
All right, Bob, appreciate the check-in. 73s, and yeah, like I said, if you go out there and mow, be careful, man. With that, we're at the bottom of the list again, so I'll throw it out there again. Anybody like to check into the OARS net, please call now.
KF0MKB, can you hear me all right?
Now there's Siri. How you doing tonight, Siri?
I just had my first day of school, and actually pretty exciting having a first day of school event in that today.
All right, you're kind of staticky. I didn't quite catch all of that. Plus the repeater was ID in there in the middle of it too. So do you want to try that again?
I just had my first day of school today.
K0HHH had her first day of school today.
Okay, yay, fun. The first day of school, how was that? All right, you're not quite making the repeater there, Siri. If you maybe move around just a little bit, you might find a better spot there. Siri, I don't quite have you in there. Yeah, if you can hear me, if you can move just a little bit, maybe find a slightly better location or on top of a porch or deck or something maybe.
KC0OJI, Marvin, do you have like a beam you can get on Siri there?
I don't, but even if so, it wouldn't do any good because I can hear the repeater just fine. So it's a matter of whether or not she can make it into the repeater. So she's dropping the repeater since this isn't simplex, Well, I'll tell you what, Siri, I got your check-in, but I'll leave it open just in case if you want to try it again here in a little bit. And I'll go ahead and throw out the call for any other check-ins there. So if anybody'd like to check into the OARS net, please call now.
Kilo Echo Zero Whiskey Romeo Uniform, Robert up here in Golden City.
AF60Z.
All right, we grabbed two more there. KE0WRU, Robert, how you doing?
Well,
thanks for running the net. I'm just kind of doing a wife brought in a cold the other day, and she gave it to me free of charge, and I can't get rid of it. It's pretty rough, too, but anyway, Siri brought a big cheerful smile to my face, though, to see youth coming into this radio. I like that. We need more of that. Anyway, it sure has been hot, but just think one of these days it's going to be cold, so I guess I'm contented with the heat there. That's about all I got from the net, I guess.
Well, I'll tell you what, yeah, I dealt with a cold here, I don't know, a week and a half ago or so, and it was pretty rough. It kind of stuck around in my throat and my head there, but finally whooped it. But boy, I tell you what, it was rough on the throat. But, so yeah, I hope you get rid of that pretty quick. But other than that, good to hear from you. Appreciate you checking in there. And again, hope you get well off of that pretty quick. So with that, we'll move down to KF60Z. Mel, how you doing tonight?
Well, I'm doing real well as long as I can find the air conditioner still working. Been kind of busy here. I've kind of had a whole lot of things to check out this week. I've picked up all the equipment from Silent Key, Curtis WA0 FMW, and I'm checking that stuff out to see how it works. And the one that took a while was I had a linear amplifier that I had to bring up on the Variac transformer. It's slow, and so it's been all week getting that up, and it looks like it's ready for a real on-the-air test now. But at least I can do that in the basement, you know, where it's cool. And that's pretty important this week. Back to you, KF60Z.
Roger that, Mel. Yeah, hey, that's always fun, testing out gear and kind of getting to play around with it a little bit there. That's one thing that I need to still get my hands on, the Variac. I don't, a lot of that old stuff I don't mess with. I don't just straight plug it in because that's not a good idea. So I always have to take it somewhere else and have them bring it up slow. But yeah, I'll eventually find me one. They just kind of expensive when I find them.
They do sell very well, and I've got a heavy-duty one, so I can even bring up the linear amplifiers with no problem at all. I do have another one in the closet, but it's a real light-duty one. I probably should take it to the swap fest sometime because I'll probably never use it. It's not all set up with all the auxiliary wiring so that you could just plug it in and check things out. It's just the component, the auto transformer itself.
Roger that. Yeah, we had one similar to that in my electronics class in college. Basically just plug it into the wall and then plug in your device to it and turn a knob, a little rheostat on there. So, but not just light duty 110, you know, nothing big. But yeah, it'd be nice to come across a big dude.
Yeah, I think the big dudes like the one I have may sell for $80 and up now, even at the swap fest. So they are a bit on the pricey side, but it's a nice accessory to have in your shack.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Investment that's technically an insurance. So, all right, Mel, good to hear from you. Appreciate you checking in there. We'll tell you 73. And I guess that's it. I had to check in there for a second, but they went away, so. I'm going to holler at Siri again. KF0NKV. Siri, you got a better position there?
I think so. Can you hear me all right?
Got some static with you, but I heard you that time pretty good. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, a better antenna will do you a lot of good for sure. I caught at least that part of it there. I think maybe you said something about getting set up with a better one. So, but yeah, I still got quite a bit of static on you, but I was catching you in there.
That's good. I've been trying to figure this out in the heat, and it's like direly hot.
Roger that. All right, well, Siri, I'm going to go appreciate you checking in there. And hopefully we can get you set up with something a little stronger. But I'll tell you, that's still a good trip with an HT for sure. So glad you checked in there. Glad to hear from you, and hope you have a good school. You know, have fun with school. All right. With that, we're at the end of the check-in so far, so I'll go ahead and call out again. Is there anybody out there who'd like to check into the OARSnet? Please call now.
A0 RWD.
A0WR, you want to recheck?
All right, go ahead with the recheck real quick.
Okay, I want to run one in from my friend. He may not be able to get to the radio. He generally tries to get on, but KC0SNN Allen over at Coral Junction. Let's put him in for the count anyway.
Roger, roger. Got him in for the count.
Thank you, KE0WRU. Appreciate it.
Not a problem. K0RWD, how are you doing this evening?
Well, trying to stay inside. It's amazing how much when it's too hot outside, you can, sort of get kind of just inside would be the only thing that I've got really going is the hay is going to be good. So that's good, but you just step outside and stand out there a while, and well, I'll tell you, you just don't need to, buy a sauna. But other than that, everything's going good, going a real good night for everybody getting to be able to come in, and so I'll just turn it back K0 RWD.
All right, Ron, good to hear from you in there. Yeah, I'll tell you, the heat, boy. But I guess we'll deal with it. So, all right, man, good to hear from you. Appreciate you checking in there. And we're back at the bottom of the list, so I'll holler again. Anybody like to check into the OARSnet, please call now.
AE0OC, recheck.
Yeah, go ahead, Wes.
Yeah, if Sari's still listening, I just wanted her to know that I have the solution for getting in to the net a little better. And if her dad hasn't showed her the picture yet, Sari, make him show you the picture. He said you could have a handheld, and I was holding it in my hand, so I think that counts. Better to ask forgiveness than permission anyway. So appreciate you running the net tonight, Marvin.
Not a problem. It's always fun. But also, too, I was got to thinking about that. I wonder if we couldn't, rig her up a little man pack out of that thing.
Well, yeah, if she had a battery, she could. But it's got that cigarette lighter plug on it. It should just plug right into the Tahoe. And they've got 12 volt in the motorhome that they live in, so she should be able to get it to work off of that also. So she's got some options there that she should have pretty soon. So I just gotta get it programmed up for her and ready to go. But in any case, AE0OC, back to you.
Roger, roger. Yeah, that little thing ought to do a good job. All right, Wes, appreciate that. And we'll holler again for some check-ins. Anybody out there like to check into the OARSnet, please call now. All right, gonna try again. Anybody like to call into the OARSnet, please call now. Okay, I guess we'll call that a net. Appreciate everybody checking in. Glad to hear all the new hams out there, especially the youngsters. I'm glad to see it. Definitely need it. And very, 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 very happy that you all got your license and you're hollering in on this here net. With that, I'd like to say 73s to everybody. Appreciate everybody checking in, getting in for the count. Looks like we had about 20, including myself, tonight for check-in, so not too bad. And, yeah, so we'll just say 73s to everybody. Hope everybody has a good week. Please don't forget about the Thursday Simplex net on 146.460. Those are always fun. And, yeah, we'll tell everybody good night, and I'll return the repeater back to normal traffic, 73.